Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to VC Football. We're going to continue the podcast style of videos here on the channel because it seemed like y'all, for the most part, liked our first podcast, so we're just going to keep it on rolling. I also didn't get any feedback on our player analysis segment, so as I figured, we're going to discontinue that, at least for the moment, because I like this type of video better because I can just openly discuss what is going on or what I want to talk about, and I can get the videos out faster to you guys. So because of that, we're going to continue the podcast style, and as I'm sure you know by the title of the video, we are going to be doing a preview of the second leg of the Champions League round of 16. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. Also, just a quick reminder that I did have a predictions video for the round of 16. I'm going to leave a tag up here somewhere, so if you have not watched that video, go ahead and watch that one before you watch the rest of this one, because I'm going to be making references to that video and it'll just make a lot more sense to you if you've watched that video before. So go ahead, watch that video first, and then come back to this one, and we'll go ahead and get this party started. Also, keep in mind I will be giving dates of all of the matches, and I'm going to be going in chronological order just so that it makes more sense, and that way you can keep up with what I say regarding each game. So starting off, we are going to be kicking things off tomorrow, actually, as of the time of this recording. On March 10th, RB Leipzig will be hosting Tottenham Hotspur. I actually had RB Leipzig as the wild card of the tournament, if you remember from my predictions video. And so far, it's playing out just the way I saw it. Keep in mind that RB Leipzig has a crucial away goal because they won 1-0 against Tottenham. So not only do they have the away goal, they won, and they're going to be playing at home. I just don't see Tottenham getting past this one, honestly. And to make things even worse for Mourinho's team, is that they will not have Kane or Son, so their attacking options seem slim to none to me. So with that, I feel like I'm right with my prediction. I'm going to stick with RB Leipzig, who will continue on past the round of 16. The other match that's going to be taking place on March the 10th is going to be Valencia hosting Atalanta. And this one I was actually really surprised by because I honestly just completely wrote off Atalanta. This was their first time in the Champions League round of 16, so I honestly didn't feel like they were going to do all that well. Well, they really shut me up because they went and beat Valencia 4-1 in the first leg. Now, it is important to keep in mind that Valencia will be playing at home for this return leg, but Atalanta beat them 4-1. Unless Valencia can get 4 goals with no response, I really don't see this game going anywhere besides in favor of Atalanta. If they score even 1, Atalanta is through. The game's just completely done at that point. Alright, so now on March the 11th, PSG will be hosting Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund in the away game was actually able to get the win with a 2-1 score to wrap it up. But in the return leg, PSG will be at home, and I still stick to my guns saying that PSG has more than enough talent to get through Borussia Dortmund in this Champions League round of 16. With the likes of Mbappe and Neymar, I feel like it's just going to be too much for Borussia Dortmund to handle. But I will say this, Borussia Dortmund does have Erling Haaland, who is second in the Champions League so far as top goal scorer. So if he has a good match, maybe he will be able to give PSG a lot of trouble. Ultimately, I think I'm going to have to stick with my initial prediction and say that PSG is going to progress past the Champions League round of 16. The other match that's going to take place on March the 11th is going to be Liverpool hosting Atletico de Madrid. And man, this is one good game. It's one that I'm very excited for, not only because, as I'm sure most of you know, I primarily focus on La Liga, so I really feel like I know more about the Spanish teams. Atletico Madrid did a very good job of winning their first leg match against Liverpool, although it was only 1-0, but it was a key win, because I feel like this is what really led Liverpool to their loss of form that they've been going through recently. Now, they did win their most recent game over the weekend, But before that, they looked like they were going down a very slippery slope. Ultimately, I think Liverpool will be able to edge out the win, mostly because they will have the home field advantage, and with the likes of Salah and Mane, it's going to be very tough for Atletico Madrid. I know they're a very tight defensive unit, but I don't see this match ending with no goals. If Atletico can go in there and get the first goal, making it 2-0 aggregate, then it will get very interesting. But if Liverpool goes and scores 1 in the first half, especially early in the game, I feel like it's just going to swing the momentum into their favor. So for this reason, I still feel like Liverpool is going to get through. It's going to be a very good game, though. I'm very excited for this one. I don't see Atletico Madrid being able to hold off Liverpool for another game with no goals. All right, and after this, we're going to roll over into the week after, and this will be March the 17th when the second leg between Real Madrid and Manchester City will take place. Now, this was the one match that I was most excited for in the first leg, and I would argue that it's still the game that I just cannot wait to see, because we have two huge teams, and one of them is going to have to go out so early in the competition. And just to recap, Manchester City was actually able to get the win at the Bernabeu. They won 2-1 overall after it felt like Real Madrid fell apart in the second half. 2 crucial away goals, and they will have the home field advantage in the second leg. Not to mention that Real Madrid have been in very poor form recently. They just lost to Real Betis over the weekend. They did manage to beat Barcelona in a Clásico, but I feel like they just cannot seem to get any type of momentum going at the moment. Which is weird because it seemed like they were just going up and up, then all of a sudden just started crashing out of nowhere. I had originally pegged Real Madrid to be able to beat Manchester City and advance through the round of 16. It's going to be a very, very tough match for them. But it's Real Madrid and it's the Champions League. They have the most trophies in this competition, and all it takes is a game like they had against Barcelona in El Clásico where they are just firing on all cylinders, and I feel like they can pull off the upset. I'm going to have to stick with Real Madrid advancing through the round of 16, even though they will be without Sergio Ramos, their captain. Oh man. Without Sergio Ramos, keep in mind he got a red card in the first leg, so he will miss the second leg, that's for sure, and Real Madrid does not tend to do well when Sergio Ramos is not on the pitch. He's definitely the captain. Everybody, he's the one who's barking orders, he's telling everybody where to go, what to do. And without him, I really don't see Real Madrid with another captain level presence. So it's going to be a very tough match. I had originally predicted that Real Madrid would beat Manchester City, but it's going to be very tough. They're going to need a perfect game. I don't know. Tough to call. It's going to be a very good game though, and one I am looking forward to very much. The other game that's going to take place on March the 17th is going to be Juventus hosting Olympique de Lyon. And I really didn't have much to say about this one in my prediction video, and I still don't. I had originally said that Juventus was going to get through this no problem, but then Olympique Lyonnais went and won 1-0 when they played at home. So Juventus has some catching up to do, but I feel like they can do it. And I am calling it right now. You heard it here first. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be the difference. Just watch. Now we continue on to March the 18th, where Barcelona will be hosting Napoli. A recap of the first leg. Napoli looked really good in that game. They ultimately tied 1-1, but I felt like Barcelona had some very close calls in that match. They got very lucky that Griezmann was able to get that goal when he did, because I felt like Napoli could have easily made it 2-0 in the first half. And not to mention that Barcelona is currently going through a very tough time. They recently won over the weekend, but it was very controversial. They had to get a penalty to get the win, and they just do not have that passing style of play that they're known for anymore. They lack ideas. Messi looks a lot slower than he has in recent seasons. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who thinks that, but I definitely see it. He has also been very inaccurate. Normally when Messi has a shot on target, he does not hesitate. And he is known for making very little mistakes, but recently he has been missing shots left and right. During my prediction video, I had ultimately said that Barcelona was going to ease past Napoli. I didn't even give Napoli a chance. But now, I don't know, it's going to be a very, very interesting game to watch. If Barcelona play like they did over the weekend recently, they're going to have a very tough time against this Napoli team. Because Napoli had a lot of great chances, they were creating a lot of chances, and they were passing very well. So I had originally pegged Barcelona to ease past Napoli, but now I'm not too sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I feel like this is another one that's going to be very interesting. Out of the top 3 teams from Spain that are still in the competition, I would say that Barcelona has the best chance of progressing to the round of 16, because I've already written off Atletico Madrid against Liverpool, and Real Madrid's going to have a tough time against Manchester City. So if Barcelona can get through, they will be probably the only Spanish team left in the competition. Making my prediction in this video too, but we'll have to wait and see. And now for the final game, Bayern Munich will be hosting Chelsea. And we can just go ahead and wrap up the video here because Bayern won 3-0 away from home. I don't see anybody who's willing to bet that Chelsea can beat Bayern away from home if they couldn't do it in their own stadium. So not gonna waste any time here, guys. Bayern's gonna get past Chelsea, no questions asked. But all right, that is the prediction video. I'm probably gonna leave my my initial prediction for the 8 teams that we're going to advance in this part of the video. So here's my prediction for the teams who I think will make it through to the end. But again, let me know what you guys think. We've recapped pretty much what happened in the first legs, and what do y'all think of the preview for the second leg? I mean, everything gets kickstarted again tomorrow. The Champions League is going to kickstart again tomorrow, so it's going to be very interesting, guys. This is probably my favorite competition, well, besides the World Cup, obviously. The World Cup is just... I actually cannot wait for the next World Cup. I need to figure out what type of videos I want to make during that time. I feel like if I continue the podcast style, that would be great, because that way I can just talk about a game right afterwards. So maybe I'll keep this format around. I know it's still like, what, let me see, 2018, 2022, so we got 2 more years until the World Cup. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The Champions League is the biggest club football competition in the world. Let me know what you guys think of the preview, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.